All right, and we are back with part 2 of today's adventure, where we are doing the most scintillating thing that we can do. We are looking at a map as Grima takes a map of the continent and unfolds it on sort of your picnic blanket. Everyone kind of links in, and you guys can both open the handout and look at it. I'm going to put up the key section of it up on our screen, which there you go. This is kind of centered around the middle of the continent, and you can see sort of from where Veldria is marked. If you look a little bit north and a little bit to the east, you'll see Longbranch, which is where you currently are. And if you kind of go down river, you eventually arrive at Keystone. And if you go sort of southeast from there on the shore of the Sapphire Sea opposite Soliana, you'll see Westfall. And you can see that it is affiliated with Soliana because it has a little anchor by the name. And then kind of on the opposite side, in the dark valley of Kelmoltrin, by sort of the Obsidian Mountains that go around the region, you will see Akaros. Also, just to keep giving shout-outs to people that do awesome things, this map was made with Incarnate. They are a really, really helpful tool. They make really awesome things like this possible. Everybody check them out. Incarnate, really awesome. They are not sponsors of this video. We just love them here. So just giving it a shout-out.
Nice.
So, yeah. So, the 3 cities that were just named by that message that the Vintner just put in everyone's heads were Westfall, Longbranch, and Akaros.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
what should we do now?
Well, I feel like those 3 places are under threat.
Yeah.
I think that is prudent.
And we have been told to look out for 3 beasties, right?
Yes, we have. And maybe a 4th? No,
Was it-
just
was it
3. The fourth is the big bad, right? The 4th would be.
So when you awoke in
Yeah.
the Aldoran ruin, where all the stuff went down, there were 3 pedestals with monsters on top of them. And then there was a 4th broken pedestal that didn't have anything on top of it. That was kind of something was missing from it.
Oh, I love how Cal has assumed that means 4 bad things, and Helena's just like, 3 bad things.
The last one, somebody got to
Nothing.
it. Dealt with.
Yeah, it's fine.
Boom.
It's fine.
Why are we even talking about it?
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't love this.
No, because it felt like we might meet one after another, but maybe these 3 are going to be unleashed simultaneously, begging the question, what do we do first?
I mean, I guess we are here.
We are here. Maybe we should go to that clock tower and see if we can see it coming.
Oh, yes. Or maybe we should go talk to Maeve.
Quick perception check, both of you.
Perception. Do I get? No, 7.
I got
Big
9.
7 though. Big 7.
With the big 7, we'll see what
Yeah.
you see. Beth?
Okay.
I got a 9.
Cool. As you were.
A colossal 1. What? But we... What?
Harriet,
Yeah?
you're smart. What do you think we should do?
Well, you'll forgive me. I'm still playing catch-up with all these matters of evil vampires and exiled ones and harbingers of doom.
Totally
Is
get that.
there something to leaving? Ideally in a manner of evacuating the city and taking all the people in it somewhere else. But even purely on a live to fight another day sort of a level.
That's a good idea. Like
Yeah,
evacuating people. There's a lot
yeah.
of people here.
That there are, but maybe we can start that process and then we can get somewhere else.
Say more. What do you mean?
Well, I don't wonder if, because he did not say Keystone.
Nope.
I don't wonder
I'm
if.
just going to put the map back up for a second. Obviously, Longbranch,
Yep.
Westfall, and Akaros were mentioned. Keystone, not mentioned.
Keystone not mentioned. And there it is, right there.
So our thinking is we're nearest Longbranch.
You are currently inside
we're
Longbranch.
in.
Right.
You are having
Yeah.
a leisurely war breakfast in one of Longbranch's
Yes.
more posh parks.
Yep. And I tend to agree, much as it would be great to stay here and fight off the beastie. We might be best served to try to get everyone out.
We could do both.
Could I have another perception check
Okay.
from both of you, please?
Yes.
Excellent.
I get a 3.
Oh, 3?
God.
Yep.
Oh, actually, I get a 13.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Cal, it's getting
Yes.
darker.
Uh-oh. Okay. It's getting darker, which means that that's a bad sign, I think. That's a harbinger-ish kind of thing.
Let's get on the evacuation. We should get people out, specifically Harriet, but also everyone. Let's
What
see
do you mean
how we can spread the
specifically
word.
me? I can help you.
We are getting out.
Well, we're all gonna get out. But
What the hell
we
is going
should-
on with the sun? Because now you said that, Nikali and Grima are looking up. Roll me another perception check.
Oh, wow, I got
Oh
a natural 1.
me too.
What?
So, Nikali is kind of doing a, like, shielded glancing up at the sun. I think that as she says that, Cal and Helena both do,
We just look directly at the sun.
in just both in sync, wince in pain. Our heroes, everyone. No, but look,
Yeah. Okay.
there is something, and it is getting darker and darker, quite faster around you.
Okay.
Roll me another perception check, please.
Dear God.
17.
Right?
13 again.
With that, you both see it kind of. It's still difficult to see because it is kind of with the sun behind it, but you see the outline of what looks almost like a condor or something that was flying over you and kind of right now being outlined by the sun.
How?
How big? Yeah. How big?
It's quite far away.
I think maybe we need to move and try and get everyone to move at the same time and go to Maeve's and get out of here and go really far away.
I like every part of that plan. Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Let's go.
We're going to Maeve's and we're spreading the word as
Oh,
we go.
but this is happening
Yes.
very fast, guys. You are barely standing up when a wind that has so far been hitting you periodically now all of a sudden is so strong that it almost knocks you off your feet. And a moment later, you see it, and it is something that sort of does look like the general shape of a condor, except parts of it are missing, like there are chunks of its face where there isn't any flesh and you can see the skeleton underneath it. And one of its talons is, every hint of skin has been removed and just leaving this like skeletal claw at the bottom of it. And there are gaps in its wings. and dead on its forehead in the center of each of its wings are these glowing red runes. And there's also the matter of this is a bird with a 300-foot wingspan. It is absolutely colossal. And you hear the sound of wind whistling around you as this thing dives towards the city. And then there is the horrible crunch of stone as it hits the clock tower and knocks the top section of it down right into a plaza beneath it. There is a scream from the people there that is abruptly cut out as the clock tower hits them, whipping up a cloud of dust. And Ekali goes, "We need to get out from open ground right now. We need to be under cover immediately."
I like that plan. Let's run.
Let's go.
And I think that we are slightly in skill check land now, where...
Okay.
Tell me what you guys are doing, and we're gonna do a series of skill checks to see how quickly you're able to get away from this open air area where you are right now.
Harriet?
Yes, darling.
Would it be all right if I picked you up at this point?
I would quite welcome it, actually.
Great, okay, let's go.
I think I am gonna just say...
That sounds like an athletics check to me.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's resolve this one first, and then I want to see what you have to
Go
say,
ahead.
Emma.
Go ahead.
Okay, I get a 16 plus 9 for a non-natural 24. Let's go.
Yes.
You heroically throw this woman over your shoulder, and a second later you are running. Besides you, you see Grima being held by a collie underneath her arm in a much less dignified position. But he is kind of just going faster. We should be running faster. If we can run faster, that is how we should run. Faster.
That's so great.
The goat is now 2 feet in the air as Volt can fly faster than he can run. So he is... You can sort of see this goat that is flying with invisible wings. Fortunately, nobody is paying attention to it. They are really quite focused on this monster that is quite literally blotting out the sun.
Yes. So, I think, oh geez, I don't know if it's worth doing one of my cool things. But
Emma, as your DM, I'm here to tell you, if you have something to do, do it.
Okay. I was gonna say
I don't want to pretend that this is not a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Do the cool thing.
How far away is this creature?
So right
from
it is sort of turning and beginning to look like it is going to swoop down towards the park where you guys are, but it moves very fast.
Okay, but would you say it's within 60 feet?
Not yet, but it will be quite soon. But you could hold an action until this thing is within 60 feet.
Sure, I'll do that. I would like to save my phantasmal force.
Okay.
Which is one of the spells that my cool book gives me.
We're finally using your void piercer.
Yes, we're finally using my void piercer. So I don't know if you want me to say what I'm gonna do now or let's
say you guys are running, trying to get out of the park, and you hear screams around you as this enormous rock now swings directly down towards the biggest open area in the city, which is the park where you and a couple of other people are, all running to get out of it. Its talons are aimed straight at you, as Cal does.
As I craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of the creature, and the illusion is of a giant dragon flying straight towards it. It has to make an intelligence save.
Okay. What is the name of the spell that you're doing? Remind me. Phantasmal Force.
Phantasmal Force.
Let me just do a little bit of consulting on my own book of magic over here.
Sure.
Oh boy, it's one of the long ones.
Yeah, it's quite long. Sorry.
Go, Cal. Although I notice you're not running as much as you could be.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So it has to make an intelligence save.
That would be a 17.
Damn it.
Whoa,
had to make 16. Okay, but on a failed save, you create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of your choice that is no larger than a 10-foot cube and is perceivable only to the target for the duration. Okay, so...
But also, looking a little bit further down, if the check succeeds, the target realizes the phantasm is an illusion and the spell ends. Oh, no, that's if it uses its thing. So...
Okay. So the...
There's no larger... So hang on, Emma. So...
Yeah.
I don't think... So, no. So I think that this is a moot point because it made the concentration check. But your giant dragon could have only been 10 foot big.
Yeah. It's not that giant.
Yes.
But that's on a failed save. I think on a
successful one, no effect.
On a successful one, it can be, yeah. Oh, I see. So it could only be 10 foot no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Cool, that was fun. So, we did that.
Uh-huh. All right, and so then I think at this point what happens next is that these claws are coming at you. I need dexterity saves from both of you, please. Helena,
Okay.
you with disadvantage because you are carrying a woman.
Natural 20.
That was pretty bad. I got a 2.
Okay, cool. So a couple things happen in quick succession. Grima and Akali dive to the side, avoiding the claws, but sort of, taking a, fistful of dirt in the face. Cal, you weave and sort of expertly dodge out of the path of this monster. Helena, you are straight in the path of it. So you get a big clawful of claw in your face. I don't quite know how that sentence went so bad.
It wasn't great, was it? No.
Okay, it rolled very badly. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
What's your AC?
Oh, 15.
In the last moment, from next to your head, you hear Involtere, and a blue shell appears around you and Harriet, which the rock's claws bounce off of, protecting you from damage and from taking the hit. And you'll sort of hear from you as Harriet turns to you and goes, "You're not the only one that's been busy for the last long while." But cold comfort, as the creature does grab a handful of the other people that are running next to you in its massive claws, and you hear first a horrible tensing motion as its claws snap shut, and then a moment later screams as once it's written about 50 feet in the air, it opens its claws and just lets those people drop back down to the ground. Dusting herself off, Akali goes, "We're not suited to fight this monster. We need to just get out of here." Wow, she went really French there. That was not what Akali normally sounds like. There's a lot happening.
Stress French.
Yes.
Yeah. It happens. Okay, wow, okay, so running. Let's get back to the whole running thing.
You want
Cal?
once again take off running.
Yeah.
What are you doing to aid in this process? It can be a skill, it can be a spell, it can be an action. Again, this is sort of, or if you just tell me, think of kind of like the way that it was when you were climbing Mount Firmament. If there is sort of something that you are doing, we can see if this helps you out.
Great. I throw her over my shoulder again, and I'm kind of screaming for everyone to come along. I don't think I'm at the front. I feel like Creamer and Nicole probably are.
They lost a step because they needed to kind of get back up after falling to the ground and avoiding the rock's claws.
So maybe I am at the front?
I think probably honestly Cal is at the front.
Okay. I've got so many things.
Well, if you've got magical things, maybe I can do more practical things, like try and see if
Yeah.
there is an area of cover that we should all be aiming for and encourage people to go that way by yelling.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
All right, is that what we want to do?
That's what I want to do.
That sounds like a perception check to me, Beth.
Oh dear. Great. That is a 10.
On the edge of the park, there is a covered marketplace that is sort of a big open space that has these stone roofs over it. It's probably the best bet that you, out of anywhere that you can see, to actually get something between you and this bird.
Okay, we're going that way. Great.
All right, you're diving for it. You're charging.
Yeah.
Emma, what are you thinking?
Oh, geez. I don't know if it's worth spending another charge on this thing.
Remember that
but
the book recharges at the end of the day, not at a long rest.
Yes. I'm thinking of using mislead.
Do you have a ton of spells in that book?
I do. I've got a ton of spells. I only have 3 charges though. So I could become invisible at the same time that an illusory double of me appears where I am standing. The double lasts for the duration, but the invisibility ends if you attack or cast a spell.
Emma, roll me a quick insight check.
Yeah, sounds great. It's a 4.
No comment.
That sounds cool, Cal. Do you have anything else?
I do. I could also throw a lightning bolt at him.
Ooh, it's a bird, right? Lightning.
He is a bird. Lightning could hit him. Let's see, what else do I have? I have mirror image, misty step, Nistel's magic aura. What does that do? That's another long one. That I don't have time to read that right now. Silent image. That's so many stuff. Hallucinatory terrain. I'm not sure how that would help us though. What the heck? I'm gonna stick with my instincts, even though I might have figured something else out. But I'm gonna use mislead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so then there's an illusory double of me that appears where I am standing, and I am now invisible. I don't know if the illusory double can do anything. Oh yes.
You can see through its eyes and ears as you
Eyes
look at
and
where
hear
it is.
through. Yeah. On each of your turns, as a bonus action, you can switch from using its senses to using your own or back again. While you are using its senses, you are blinded and deafened in regard to your own surroundings. Ooh, that's not great.
And I'm also a little bit like, my interpretation of the spell, Emma, would be that if you can move or the double can move. So like,
right.
You could leave a double of you standing here, but you can't, for example, I don't think, have you running in one direction and the double running in the other direction at the same time.
Right. But I could potentially be invisible and stay still.
Or vice
and the
versa.
double could.
Yes.
Yeah, and the double could run in a different direction.
Sure.
But that would require the double, the bird, the demon bird, caring about the double. Yeah, what the heck? Let's do it.
All right, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
So, you wave your hands, you mutter an incantation under your breath. There's a faint pop, and you are invisible. And as you take a step, you leave a double of yourself behind. Are you moving? Is the double moving?
The double is moving. The double is running in the opposite direction of everyone else.
Okay.
And hoping to draw the attention of the bird.
Okay. Everyone else you see as Helena still carrying Harriet and Akali still carrying Grima.
Yep.
Question mark and Volt?
Before I have the double running backwards, I will say to Volt, that's not me. Don't follow her.
Okay. So Volt stays with you? Question mark?
No, Volt, keep flying. Go with Helena.
Okay. Cool. So you see as the four of them go off towards the covered market, you stay out in the open of the park. People around you, there is quite a bit of commotion.
Yeah.
Roll me a strength saving throw, Emma.
Okay. Ooh, that's not so bad. 13.
It isn't long before another panicked park goer crashes into you, almost knocking invisible you off your feet, but you're able to sort of maneuver and stay on them as people panic and move around you. Behind you, you hear another big whoosh of wind, and then a crash, and the splintering of wood, and another set of screams that are abruptly cut off as the rock descends on a different part of the park and hoists off a set of trees and another set of park goers. I think that we are back at the top. What do you guys want to do next?
How far off from cover are we?
You're maybe about another 50 feet.
So we could get
Yeah, if you tell me you're just running and you're not doing anything else, you're just running, I will take that. But if
I am just running.
All right. Cool.
If as long as everyone is still running and not messing about.
Yeah, I mean, I think that with that, then you, the flying goat, Akali, and Grima all make it into the covered market. The real question is, Cal.
So I'm still invisible. Me is still
Standing in the middle of the park.
Is still standing in the middle of the park. Is the rock paying any attention to my illusory double running in the other direction?
Not so far. There are quite a lot of people, quite a lot of panicky people around you.
Okay. So then I will switch back to me because I can switch back on each turn. So my illusory double will stop moving, and I will it'll transfer back to me, and I will run for cover as well.
Okay, cool. Roll me a d20, Emma.
Okay. 18.
Okay, with an 18, you get to the covered market, no problem. But a moment later, you hear a crash above you, and then the sound of falling, knocking stone as the bird hits the top of a building and dislodges the top section, causing a small avalanche that blocks one of the roads that was right outside of the covered market. Akali will look around you guys as more and more people keep packing in, pushing into the covered market. And she will go, "This is madness. We must get out of here as quickly as possible. Why have I lost the
Yes, we
Akali
must.
voice? Hang on a second.
It's
like-
okay.
Knock, knock. Who is there? Yeah, all right, that's better.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's how you get back into it.
Who is there? Yeah. Right, yes, somewhere better cover. Okay.
I take it that this is one of the
Guys.
Harbingers of Doom?
Seems that way.
I would imagine so. By the way, I'm here. You just can't see me.
Cal. What? Okay. This is a thing you do now?
Yeah, I'm just testing it out. It's pretty fun, pretty cool. Maybe not a great time to experiment. We'll see how it goes.
Whatever, I don't care. Quick vibe check.
Yeah.
This is not a thing that we can fight right now, is it?
I don't
Maybe?
think so. I mean,
How do you damage it? Is there a plan?
I'm not sure I can.
I have some pretty powerful spells, but I don't know how many of them it will take to bring this thing down.
From above
But
you,
I
there
can
is
try.
another crash and another sound of breaking stone, followed by the sound of falling boulders. More screams.
Great.
Let's. How about priority one,
I think we s-
surviving?
Yeah, let's
Yes, I think we still should try to get to Maeve's.
You think it's Maeve's, not just the city limits, not just like out of here? And the collie will go.
I mean-
no, city limits is bad idea. It's open fields in every direction. You'd be sitting duck.
Yeah, I think going to Maeve's and teleporting is the way to go.
Why don't we all pull up the map of Longbranch once again, and I'll put it back on the screen for our kind viewers.
Okay.
Whoops, that's the wrong map, isn't it? That's still the wrong map. One moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
I seem to have misplaced my Longbranch map.
Uh-oh.
Let me just see. It's not enormously important, but just kind of like, you guys are able to see that there's quite a bit of city between you and where Maeve is. She is in the Newgate
Where is
district,
Maeve?
at the northern end of the city.
Oh, geez, yeah,
That's
there
a
is a
long
lot
way.
of city.
Where would be good? Somewhere cover, somewhere it doesn't have buildings that can crash down. Somewhere underground. Do I know anywhere underground?
I mean, so a lot history check, I suppose.
21.
A lot of Veldrin architecture does have basements. It is a rarity for there to be sort of a connected series of underground tunnels. You could try the sewers.
We could try the sewers.
Harriet will go, "Oh, darling, you take me to all the best places."
Yeah.
I know. You know magic.
I know some magic, a little bit of magic, not quite as much as your invisible friend over here. And she will gesture,
Yeah.
accidentally hitting you
I'm
in
here.
the face, Cal. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, you're incredible, and I wouldn't even have known if I hadn't dropped you. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's quite all right. You did yeoman's work getting us out of there. But I think that maybe we should dexterity saving throws, please.
No. Hey. Cal is dexterous. 21.
Okay.
13.
All right. Cal, Grima, Harriet, and Volt are all fine.
Oh, no.
Helena and Akali, you are not quite as fast on your reflexes. And as there is the sound of enormous flapping wings and a blast of wind, which is the only prologue to 3 enormous trees that have been ripped out of the ground being released and tossed into the covered market You don't dive out of the way quite fast enough, which means that you both take an even 20 points of damage.
Oh my god.
And are knocked off your feet. You get off quite a lot easier than a lot of people. You are mostly just bruised as a tree gets you on the edge. Those that are hit squarely by the trunk, many of them are crushed, just sort of pushed up against walls. There is even more immediate panic around you. And as Harriet helps you back on your feet, she'll go, "The sewer sounds like a capital plan. Sewers. I love a sewer. Who doesn't love a sewer?"
Right, let's go.
Let's go.
One moment.
And I lead the way.
Okay.
I need to just mark that Akali took that damage. Okay. Well, in order to get to the sewers, you'll need to go back out into the open. And there is you can kind of maneuver it so that you don't quite go into like the open plaza that was at the edge of the park. You can kind of take a couple of the side streets, but there's kind of no way that you can finesse it where you won't be exposed for at least 150 feet on your way to the nearest manhole cover.
Okay. Well, I mean, it can't be everywhere at once, right? If we time it right,
Yeah.
maybe we can run across when
Yeah.
it's busy destroying
Yeah.
somewhere slightly different.
I think that's a good plan.
Maybe we can go in twos.
Akali, pulling splinters out of her leg, turns to Grima. "You had to suggest going outside. Beautiful day. Less people can hear us. What a brilliant idea." He's like, "You can kill me when we both make it out of this alive, all right?"
Okay. Okay. Can I switch back briefly to my illusory double
Sure.
and see if she sees anything about where the rock is?
Boy, this park has been destroyed, Emma. There are dozens of dead bodies around you. The ground is strewn with trenches that you then realize are actually enormous claw marks. Trees have been ripped off. More bits of that enormous tower have been thrown down. And everywhere that you go, you see buildings have been torn apart. And there is rubble all over the streets. Most of it covering pieces of human and humanoid bodies. And you see that the rock is circling overhead. And then it charges down and knocks stone off a building on the other side of the park. And then it does sort of another swoop and swoops down towards a street on the other side of the park. So it seems to be occupied a little bit with the other side of it.
Okay, I'll come back to my invisible self and say, okay, he's on the other side. Now might be a good time to run.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else you
Who's
want to
going
do, or
first?
are we just bolting?
I think we're... You know what? You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do, Emma?
I'm gonna take the gloves off of Volt because
Good
who
idea.
the fuck cares?
That's fair, that's fair, that's fair.
And
Literally nobody reacts.
literally nobody cares.
Like, there are still so many people around you. They are, like, trying to band together to move some of the trunks out of the way and help some of the people that have been wounded. More people are pouring in. They're panicked. They're huddled. They're looking around. They're looking up. Every time that, like, there's another sort of sound of crunching stone, people scream. So, yeah, nobody cares about this dragon.
Nobody cares. Great. And is Volt big enough for me to ride him?
I don't think it's
Not quite.
that
quite.
big just yet.
Okay. All right. Okay. But still, I think I will
Yeah, you take those off. Those bad boys are off.
Those bad boys are off.
Yeah.
Great. So, that's it. I'm for now.
Great. Roll me another dexterity saving throw, guys.
Okay. Oh, that is not as good. 9.
16.
16 does it. There is a sound of crunching stone right above you, and a section of the roof of this covered market is ripped off. But as it does, smaller chunks of stone and metal rain down around you. One of them gets you, Cal, causing 15 points of damage. And also to Garima. And Harriet will go, I think that this is losing its point as a refuge. We should go. We should go right now.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go right now.
Let's go.
All right.
Following you,
You are
Helena.
sprinting
Okay.
down the street towards this manhole cover.
Hell for leather, yeah.
You feel a little bit of wind around you as somewhere above you there are the sound of 2 enormous wings. Anything that you're doing, or are we just sprinting?
We're just speeding up. We're just speeding up, like sprinting as fast as we
All right, I
can.
think that that's an
Yep.
athletics check then for
Yep.
both of you.
Okay.
That was pretty good. 24.
3.
Okay.
Can I pick you up too? Can I pick you up too?
Yeah.
Are you invisible? Can I pick you up when you're invisible?
Yeah.
Helena.
Yeah.
I think you don't do that. I think that you dart forward and are the first to arrive at the manhole cover. Cal, you falter a little bit as you trip slightly over a rock, which means that you are actually kind of bringing up the rear as the rest of your party runs towards it. But Helena, you arrive at the manhole cover before anyone else. You have a moment to act there.
Okay, great. I'm gonna take this cover off. Is that hard?
Quite hard. It's locked. There is a
It's
big
locked?
iron lock on the manhole cover.
I gotta hit it with my sword.
Roll me an attack roll.
Okay. That seems logical, right? Okay, that's 18.
Oh yeah. You strike it down and you hit it square in the middle with Icebreaker.
Great. Okay, good. I guess I should roll damage.
You should.
Okay, great. I get 17.
Okay, 17 points of damage total.
Yeah.
All right, great. How much of that is what?
Oh, it's. Oh, good point. It is martial slashing damage.
Mhm.
And also I forgot about the cold damage that it should also
Yes.
get if locks get cold
Yes.
damage. Query. Yes. It should also get 6 points of cold damage.
Okay, great. You bring the sword down with a clang, and you see bits of metal fly up, and a sheen of ice start to cover the lock. But it's still in one piece, as everyone else gets there to the lock.
Anyone good with locks?
Really?
Grima will go,
Okay,
move out of the
here.
way! Here, let me at it!
Yeah.
And
Go
he'll
for
start
it,
to
go
rifle
for
through it. You hear
couldn't kill the
another
lock.
blast of wind around you, another flap of wings. As Grima
I'll-
works on the lock.
I will look up and see what I can see.
Right now, because you are kind of in this alley with 3-story buildings on either side of you, or not alley, but sort of like street, you
Yeah.
see very little other than sky above you. You don't know where the rock is.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I think I've almost
I
got it.
will.
Should
Okay.
we all get down so that we're less obvious?
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you all,
Yeah, that's a
you all
good
crouch
idea.
down.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Or we just letting Grima work?
Okay. I can potentially I don't know how this would work, but I have creation where I can create an item. Could
key?
I like a key? How
I think that you would need to know the tumbler configuration
I
for
would
this
need to
particular
know.
lock.
Yeah.
But like, let me
Yeah.
read the spell, just in case
Sure.
I'm wrong. What is it called? Creation. I see it.
Creation.
This is so unnecessarily metal. You pull wisps of shadow material from the shadow
I
fell
know.
to create a
I know,
non-living
right?
object. Like, what the hell? Like, you are like pulling like the black
Yeah.
matter from like the dimension of gloom and twilight itself
Yes.
to make yourself
yes.
a key.
To make a key to unlock the sewers.
That sounds very Cal to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would sort of say that, like, I don't know how
I
Cal
would have to know the
what the configuration to make, like, the teeth of the key into, what it would be.
Yeah. Well, how about this? I could. The thing is metal.
Yeah?
I could use shocking grasp on it.
Okay, I mean, that will conduct electricity, but will it do damage?
Might
Yeah.
electrocute Grima there.
I mean, I would tell Grima not to back away.
Just
We got a tax problem
Yeah,
from multiple angles, people.
Yeah. No. If I hit it, then it should do 2d8 lightning damage.
Shocking grasp.
Yeah.
So this is
I
this,
guess.
this is the sort of thing where, like,
Okay, it is a creature.
Yeah,
It is.
okay.
It does say to a creature.
like, I see how
Okay, all right.
cold
All
can
right.
damage sort of material, but like just pure electricity on metal, it conducts it, but I don't know how it degrades it. Yeah.
Yeah. How about this? If I cast Mage Hand,
Mm-hmm.
could that hand assist Grima?
Oh,
Say,
100%.
you
Because
know.
then, like, the mage
Okay,
hand
cool.
could hold the lock and give him, like, 2 hands to be working
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Totally.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and say, Grima, let me know what you need this
Is
to do.
mage hand the
if it will
concentration
help."
spell? Is it?
No.
Okay, great. Cool.
No, it is not.
Perfect. In that case, you're still
Yeah.
invisible.
Yeah. Great.
Alrighty. Very good then. Cool. I think that Grima is working on it. At this point, can I have stealth checks from both of you? Cal, you with advantage, please. No, hang on. Cal, you with advantage. Helena, you with disadvantage. You're in the middle of a street.
what? Well, okay. I'm crouched down.
Oh yeah,
So I have disadvantage.
you do.
Sure. Okay, I get a 13.
13.
I got a 22 with
All right,
advantage.
good. Cool stuff. You hear the flapping of massive wings, and the tiles from nearby roofs are knocked off and land around you. And a moment later, you see as the bird flies over, it changes trajectory and swoops down at you, talons extended. Okay, I'm assuming that a 27 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Not you, Emma, because it doesn't know that you're here, but it will
Okay.
swoop down and grab Helena and the collie. So
Okay.
it does. Just 15 points of damage from the grasp itself.
Okay.
How you doing?
But
I'm still okay.
Okay.
and you hear Harriet scream, Helena! And at the same time that Grima goes, Ikali! As the two of you are carried off the ground by this bird. A moment later, Grima goes, got it! Click! And pries the lock off the manhole and opens it up. And he goes, in, folks.
I mean, but we have to get Helena.
How are you gonna
and
do that?
Holly back.
Cal, Live first. Solve the problem later. Get into the sewer.
But I can hit it with a lightning bolt.
It's
Can you
getting...
hear me at this point?
It's flying away pretty fast, Cal. Like, I think that if you want to do a lightning bolt, if it's now or never. What's the range on lightning bolt?
Lightning bolt range is 100 feet. 100 feet.
I think that maybe, barely, this is happening fast enough for you to still be able to do that. But, like, this thing is about to move out of range.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level. And so the guy has to make the bird has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Before we commit to this,
yeah,
let me look up the literature on whether lightning bolt would damage things that are being grappled by the creature.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Might make us get a bit dropped, I would have thought.
Yeah, definitely dropped. Yeah, how high is he?
About at least 50 feet off the ground at this point.
Okay, never mind, because I don't want him. What's that?
I sure hope someone is taking Harriet into that sewer.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna take Harriet into the sewer.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so, I mean...
It's in a line, you know, the lightning bolt is a line. So if I aim for, like, it's...
Yeah, you know, look, I'm not seeing anything about it. So, like, yeah, like, I'm not seeing anything about it damaging things that the creature is holding on to, so...
Yeah, it's just in a 5-foot wide radius. So I'm gonna aim for the center of the creature.
Okay.
Yeah, what the fuck? Well, let's do it. So he makes a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, it rolled quite poorly. That would be an 8.
Nice! Okay, so you take 8d6 damage.
Oh, hit me with that damage.
Yeah.
Go cow. Kill the beast.
Okay, so we got 7. That's 27 points of damage, of lightning damage.
With that would be... Right. You hear this horrible, gut-wrenching roar of a screech that sets your teeth on edge as the lightning bolt hits the bird. And sure enough, you then see as its talons open and 2 shapes drop down, landing somewhere in the roofs above you.
Hey.
1 second. I need to see how much damage we're taking from this.
Cal yells, sorry.
And before we do that, and before we see how that happened, after that, Cal, Grima's saying, "Come on!" And Harriet is getting into the sewer.
I'll grab Harriet. And I think at this point I will drop
Harriet is also like, it's okay, I can manage. I don't need to be carried elsewhere.
Good, because I can't carry you. But I will kind of push her.
Okay. Alrighty, well, in that case, then as you go into the sewer, Grima is sort of yelling, come on, come on, come on, and just, like, guiding you into sort of, like, the pathways of, like, fetid, festering water. And it's good that he did, because a moment later, there is a crunch of stone over you as a section of street is ripped out by these massive stone talons. And if you hadn't moved, you would have probably been crushed by a little bit of the falling debris that results from now this gaping hole up into the street. And you see Harriet helping Grima light a torch as they go, come on, we need to get further away from here. Let's keep heading north as best we can. Make our way around the city.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
I hope Helena finds us.
In the roofs, 29 points of damage.
I'm afraid I am well down.
Cool.
What about a collie?
Let's take a break and come back in 5 minutes. And we'll see how we do. But folks, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of this fun.